What's up, guys? Welcome to the YouTube channel, to the podcast. Welcome to the studio as we continue to grow. What's cool here for those who are watching on YouTube, you can actually see the background has changed quite a bit as everything else. We are in a constant state of improvement and evolving. There's so much. We have so much memorabilia. There's so much stuff. This is the placard here, there. The placard from my door when I was on The Ultimate Fighter, 2008 Rampage vs. Forrest. That was actually on the door for my fight when I went out there to fight Prince McLean, and I secured a first-round knockout victory. And that's signed by everybody on the team, including Dana White, Forrest and Rampage and Amir Sadallah, who won that season, Jesse Taylor, who choked me out in the second round of the tournament in my second fight, my good friend Gerald Hurricane Harris, Matt Riddle, who's now in the WWE, Matt Brown, the Immortal, who's still kicking ass in the UFC, and just so many others. What a great season to be on board. Behind me also here, we have one of the magazines that we did for UFC. You can see right there, Eat Like a Champ. It was a multi-page spread inside that. And that was actually I was on the cover of quite a few. So we'll see more of those kind of start to go. It's just going to be a homage. It's going to be a mural to me. It's all about me. And you can see this one right there, that photo, that was actually an artist rendering. Obviously, it's not a real photo. A painting of when Chael Anderson or Chael John Jones? I think it was Chael Anderson. And that was that was a good one. That was a good fight, good night. We didn't get the win, but anytime you get out there, you compete at the world-class level. 5-round world title fight versus the champ. Big time. And, proud that I did my job as I always do the job. But anyway, that's enough about me. Let's talk about you. So this video, I wanted to talk about calisthenics. And calisthenics that's a term that's used improperly quite often, and it's a concept that's misunderstood. Specifically, it's misunderstood by the bros out there. Calisthenics will basically say it's body weight exercises. Just picture no weights, no resistance. And I know this is hard for the meatheads out there. You're like, what do you mean, DOLCE? No weights? How do I build my muscles with no weights? Well, it's actually more of the mastery of your body. Calisthenics, body weight conditioning, body weight exercises, body weight only exercises. The ability to move your body through multiple planes. Many of my meathead friends can't do this. And I'm just so big, I can't do a pull-up. They can't do 10 push-ups. They can't do a V-up. They can't do 10, 15, 20 body weight squats. They can't hold a plank. They can't do a series of jumping jacks. They can't climb over a fence. They can't jump over a bench. That's not good. That's not athletic. And I don't care if you are Mr. Olympia, if you are a high school wrestler, if you are a female golfer, if you are a swimmer. Got people creeping outside my door. What you doing out there? It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're in a wheelchair. We must do the best we can with what we have, and what we have is our body. And let's try and master it. So before you worry about your big pecs and your bench presses and your lat pull downs and your unilateral leg presses, let's try and master the use of our body. Let's try and master the use of our limbs. Let's try and move our body through multiple planes. How many of you can do 20 nonstop push-ups, touching your lower belly and your nose to the floor each and every time? How many of you can hold a plank for 60 seconds? How many of you can perform 10 dead hang chin-ups? Not bro all the way wide out, get that flare. Neutral grip, where your knuckles, your thumb is about as wide as your anterior deltoid right there. How many of you can perform that type of exercise? Basic calisthenics. Now, I'm not saying go crazy and be one of these street gym calisthenics type of pros or experts. Although I do have respect for that. You don't have to be an Olympic level gymnast for sure, but what you need to be able to do is move your body athletically. I don't care how big you are. I don't care what your sport is. There needs to be a specific mastery of your body. Otherwise, you are what we call a big for nothing. You got all those big muscles, but you are good for nothing. You will get your ass kicked by a dude half your size. I know a lot of 300-pounders that would get their ass whipped by 150-pound blue belts in jiu-jitsu. They would get wrecked because they're so slow. They're so immobile. Their coordination is so ridiculously low. Their center of gravity is so out of balance. Their endurance, their muscular endurance is, my God, it's abysmal. You will get whipped by someone half your size. For sure. And that's not a good look. It's not a good look to be the big 300-pound juice head at the club who gets his ass whipped by the 150-pound emo vegan. And that'll happen. So my guys out there, the 150s, 170s, 190-pounders out there, you guys can still be pretty goddamn athletic. You probably still are just naturally, but we need to master body weight movements. This will make you stronger. You will get stronger. And don't worry, my meathead, juicehead bros out there, you will become stronger. You will develop bigger muscles. You will get a deeper, grainier, more aesthetic physique by simply employing a certain amount of body weight conditioning exercises in your program. You can use them as a warm-up. You can use them as a cool-down. You can perform them on active recovery or GPP days. You can do all that. Now, what's a simple list? Well, traditional chin-ups, hand over the top, right about this high. And when we do a chin-up, and I've done videos on these, we want to try and keep our elbows in, and we want to try and pull ourselves up over the bar. I call it knuckles to nipples. I'm trying to pull myself, not bodybuilder bro like this. Not that crap. I'm trying to grab the bar, dead hang, and pull myself up and over the bar and all the way back down. Try and do that. Try and do a set of 10 of those. Traditional push-ups. I do mine on dumbbells or kettlebells so I can get a full grip around the handles. Remember, lay flat on the floor, nose and belly touching the floor, palms straight up, and I slide my hands down so the ridge of my hand is even with my pec line. That automatically lines me up to the perfect push-up position, and then we just set the dumbbells up where that will be, right? Very simple. Try and bang out sets of 20 of those if you can. Traditional bodyweight squats. Can you perform those? I would kick those another level to walking lunges. Can you perform those? Can you perform a plank? Can you perform a rolling plank or a side plank? Can you do any of that? Can you perform a V-up? Can you actually stand up? Try this exercise. You want to realize how weak you actually are? Lay on your back totally straight. feet straight, legs straight, like you're in the mummy position. Keeping your hands in this position, now stand up and get to your feet. Just try that. Try and get to your feet, just like this. Hands, elbows locked in nice and tight. Stand up. See what, and don't use arms. Take your arms completely out of it. Stand up. Can you do that? Start there. You don't I'm not trying to get crazy with you guys. I'm not getting all crazy. I'm not getting silly here. Can you actually move your body? Are you comfortable moving your body? I mean, we can start talking about doing some bear crawls. Can you do bear crawls up and down, maybe 20 yards up, 20 yards back? How about sideways, crossover, non-crossover? We can start talking about some unilateral work, some skipping, some hopping. Can we start employing a little bit of plyometric work in there? Bros, right? It's just a thought. I'm just trying to engage your mind a little bit. Because having that nice physique, looking good, and we all have a different idea of what looks good. Some of us think the 300-pound juiced out bro looks good. Some of us think the 220-pound classic physique looks good. Some of us think the 180-pound just yoked and active kind of fighter look looks good. That's all fine. That's on you. And that'll probably change as you go through life. But regardless of your body size, regardless of what the aesthetic you're training for, you should never lose the athletic attribute of your physicality, of your body, of the ability to move your body through multiple planes. And that's a big deal. From laying prone to standing straight up, to climbing, to jumping, to skipping, to rolling, to tumbling. You should be able to do all of that. You should be able to do all of that. And if you employ just a little bit, 5 to 10 minutes of that a workout, 20 to 30 minutes once or twice a week, you can then start to build a base that you will always have. That you will always have, and you don't want to lose that. Your joints, your ligaments, your connective tissue will actually be reinforced. I almost said grow, but that's not exactly true. It will become stronger, more pliable, more elastic. We can start generating a very good stretch reflex, right? Outside of just the broing of the weight, right? We don't want to be broing all the time, not rowing, but broing. We want to use our body in the athletic nature that we're designed, and there's a massive carryover to the weights that you can use. You will get stronger. You will increase endurance. You will move bigger weights for more repetitions. So you will get bigger, stronger, better looking, more aesthetic muscles. Just by simply moving your body the way it was intended to move. The biomechanically correct ability to move your body is a very important part of your pursuit, and regardless of what your goal is, your final goal is. Some of you listening right now, you're in the martial arts field. You want to be a competitor. You want to do your jits, your judo, your boxing, your kickboxing, your Muay Thai, your MMA. You want to go for it all. You got to be doing the body weight work too. Not just running around with parachutes tied to your back. All right, that's whatever it is. You need to be moving your body just basic old school, like you're in 4th grade again doing the presidential physical fitness test. Those are the things that you should be doing. Go to a park and get creative, just like you used to do when you were a little kid. We lose that. So that's the point of this video. It's just kind of a reminder to get you guys outside of the box a little bit, to be moving your body the way it's intended to. That's a big part of this. I hope you like it. I hope you appreciate it. You got any questions, leave it below. I'm not putting up any example exercises. I'm sitting here right now. This is just kind of a rant, but you can do just a quick Google search. Maybe I will throw up some videos. Maybe I'll do that next week for you guys, because we got about 30 specific bodyweight exercises we do here with our athletes inside our facility. And that's just scratching the surface of what's truly possible as we blend them into, obviously, the resistance training, whether it's for hypertrophy and then muscle growth, or if it's for sports specific output, or just kind of more of a sculpting aesthetic type of look. Everybody who trains here has body weight exercises built into their programming, and it's very important for you, and I think you guys will actually see dramatic benefit. Leave or subscribe to the channel. Is it where subscribe? Is it here? Is it subscribe? Or there? Subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Click on your notifications. Everyone says that, but do you guys actually do that? Do you guys get notifications? Let me know down below. Do you get notified when these videos come out? I hope you do. Otherwise, it's just It's a conspiracy, man. It's a conspiracy. I think that's it. I appreciate you guys being here. Until next time, boom.